Young Spray being with Tobi or Toby Adebayoga, whatever the hell his name is, makes so much sense because these are the sort of characters that Young Spray likes to be around. Now, look, I'm not sure if you guys have been paying attention to what's been going on RTM lately because there's a lot of drama that's about to unfold, and this is between all three podcasts, Clue, Bouncer, and RTM. RTM's ratings have been so poor lately, and a couple of weeks ago, Young Spray thought he would start indirecting again because he wants to boost the ratings of his show, which, like I said, is doing really poorly because no guests want to come on. Like, he's not elevated, he's still doing street guests, and no one big wants to come on this podcast at the moment. That might change, but I'm just saying, at current moment, things aren't really looking good for RTM, and you've got to remember, there's a lot of overheads. They might say they're making money and all these sponsorships, rah, 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 and I'm not disputing that that might be a decent amount, but when you look at the recent ratings, you can see that maybe some of the support might get pulled, which, like I've said, has led to Young Spray going at other podcasts. And you've got to understand that Young Spray has a delusion, and this delusion is that he basically is a genius. He's a really successful, and I'm not disputing he's done well with this podcast, I'm not taking that away from him, but he believes he's so talented that that's the reason that he got this podcast. Not that he was a household name or he's acted like a complete idiot on the show half the time, just saying stupid stuff which everybody clickbaits and just uses against him. No, that's not it. He's just really, really talented, and this is very delusional. Let's be honest about it. Now, it's up to you what your decision is on Young Spray being talented or not. I'm not gonna lie, he gassed me. He gave me those moments where I wanted to do like crime, like that's it, crime. But besides that, I'm not going to lie. If we was to put him on the charts, I would not put him up there with the best rappers. I'm just being honest. But this career has helped him boost RTM or get RTM off the ground in the first place. This isn't talent. This is just him being known as a household name. So I don't understand. You can tell that Young Spray has got quite a low IQ.
But I don't even know what we're doing there. But it's better than the other one, isn't it? The other one that's been crashing out on Insta.
Oh yeah.
Guys, mad. You get what I'm saying? No, because we talk about that as well. Like the old, I was actually talking about that. You know, like the old co-hosts or whatever. I was saying, like, you see, like this, because we say a lot of people be asking, like, oh yeah, do you make money off the podcast? Can you make money off podcasts? And I'm saying, like, everything in life, you can make money, like, depending on how good you are, how much work ethic you put in, but like I said, a lot of people have sat there and think, oh yeah, we're gonna do our own thing. Saying reactions slowed down. Only one episode has come out of the podcast. But I'm saying it's not as easy as people think when you actually have to go and do it yourself and get all the guests and it's not as easy as people think.
Yeah.
Even with convos with Cream, what we doing here? And what we doing here is Funky D's thing, you lot. Yeah. So what are we doing here? Because I see people fighting over that. Like they're fighting over this slogan. That's the Funky D's thing. And we've been saying this on this show for ages. But yeah, what we doing there, innit?
One thing we need to make clear about this whole situation is that Young Spray is very delusional in how he thinks that he built RTM. Now, I'm not going to dispute the fact that he put in groundwork. He's got a bit of talent when it comes to just being an idiot, having no IQ. That's a good talent for Young Spray. Rapping, I don't think you could say that's up there. But we know that Young Spray was a household name from the get-go. So getting some of these people on the show, like we already know Young Spray has been in the streets. But like I said, this does not take a high IQ to be in the streets, especially if you're somebody who's on the orders and has a boss, even at the age of 50. Imagine at the age of 50 still taking orders. But the point being here is that Young Spray really has never been able to think for himself. So this time, having RTM is amazing for him because he believes he's done it all by himself, which, like I said, he kind of has, but he was Young Spray. Like, he had a whole rap career before this. So it makes sense that he has all these links and is able to bring all of these people on the show. Because if we look at his first season, all they was street cats, people he had really done songs with, and it wasn't that hard to develop friendships with people you're already friends with. It doesn't take an idiot to work this out. But Young Spray is refusing to admit this, and that led Clue to really crash out and start talking about being a gangster and starting a whole gang war. Watch this.
I'm seeing everybody's got what we're doing here in titles. I'm thinking something to watch. Man might be bigging me up. The ladies might be bigging me up. You know? Instead, they're just assassinating my character. What are we doing here? And they're not even being direct. Jolting. So I say, you tough guys, gangsters that are on the internet and maybe have been here for a while, don't be pressed that I've stepped in. I'm not here to step on no toes. Just trying to create my lane. But there you lot go. All sorts of captions, all sorts of titles. all sorts of disrespect for all sorts of quids. It's crazy. But I laugh because I say, wow, pressed sober buddy. Because if you can be pressed off me being on the internet, bad man, what are you doing here? So when I see these pioneers that I call them of the space, writing their essay paragraphs and all sorts, you know, don't be coming into this space if, you know, you don't have a background, or what's your skill, what's your talent? Bad man, what was your talent? What was your skill? Can you see Mr. Man yesterday running down all sorts of roads in all sorts of pubs, looking for all sorts of help? That could be you. You're not like that. I don't know, like people get this kind of fame or this clout or this something and wake up thinking they can just talk to whoever they want to talk to, however they want to do it, and it's cool. And don't get me wrong, it kind of is cool. But when you cross the line, the folks are still in the streets.
Craziest thing about that whole Clue video is that I sped it up, cut bits out, and it still was too long. It's really annoying. Clue just takes a year to get to his point and has to make every facial expression. It's just so weird to me. But he got to his point in the end that he's annoyed that everyone is calling him out in this space, and he's ready to start a street war with people who are really trying to annoy him and just talk rubbish about him. But this is quite annoying because if you think about the fact that when Burner was calling him out, he had nothing to say. He had none of this energy. But now all of a sudden, Clue has turned into a gangster. This is just annoying. Like he's talking about, we're going to bring the boys out. The boys are still out there. Like you just sit in your kitchen. Like you said you wasn't involved how many months ago? Now apparently you're still involved. Like, come on, just have a clue. It's like the clueless talk is just so annoying. Either you're in the streets or you're with the gang or you're not. Like you're far away from the gang and you don't get involved. You need to make up your mind. It's just, it doesn't make any sense. Now Bouncer wasn't talking like this, particularly because no one would actually ride out for Bouncer or start a street war for Bouncer. Bouncer is by himself unless it's beneficial to that particular party. So he didn't really talk like this. He was more on the thing of he's getting very annoyed that Young Spray is throwing shade at him all the time. And Young Spray decided that he was going to give this a response.
Something in the room that's just got him going ape. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm saying everything. He's going at Pastor Tobi now. Pastor Tobi's my gangster. Big up Pastor Tobi. That's my gangster.
What does that mean?
It means big up Pastor Tobi. I'm with bad people. I'm not a good person like that. So I'm not here trying to expose any bad people.
Oh, okay, I was confused because obviously you're Muslim and he's a pastor. That's why I was like, huh? But
yeah, bad people. You get what I'm saying? Big up CJ. Big up. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm in the streets. You get what I'm saying? Like whatever man are doing, whatever. I don't like not like that. But do you think I'm rating the next pastor over Pastor Tobi? Like, do you think I'm rating Pastor John? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, every other pastor.
Like, why am I gonna get onto Pastor Tobi? And I know Pastor Thomas is going mad as well.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
because people are potentially ruining people's lives.
Ruin that.
But you just spoke about Bouncer speaking about machine and whatever and how
And I
you
just-
have to be careful.
Speaking about machine.
As in, remember what you just said about
Oh, say mad.
you're saying
Don't-
because I got
Nah, he was saying hip.
I need to interrupt before Chronik starts talking his nonsense because what he's saying is quite funny, but he's still an idiot because the only person that is trying to correct him is his female guest. And I'm sorry, I don't know your name, but I'm just saying she's the only one sitting there saying, wait, what you're saying doesn't make sense because you're trying to call that Bouncer for being a snitch, but you're happily sitting there saying you're going to be friends with Pastor Tobi, someone who exploits people at his supposed church or whatever the hell they want to call it nowadays. Because actually calling that place a church would be kind of weird because you're in a room and you're singing and praising. Who are you praising? Are you praising Pastor Tobi or are you praising God? Like, which one are you doing? And who is your God? Is Pastor Tobi your God? Because he's not even a pastor, but I just call him that because it's easier than calling him by his last name. As thick as Young Spray is, I never thought he would come out of a comment by saying, because I'm around Pastor Tobi, I'm a badder man because I don't care. He can do whatever he wants to people. So it doesn't matter what these people do. He's all right with it. He's fine with it. This is just weird. And it just exposes the fact that Young Spray just is still, I'm sure he's still a devil worshipper because that's something that he used to do. He tries to practice this Islam thing, but I don't think it's really working because using religion to scam people has to be one of the most foul plays. Like it's up there with people who do stuff to kids and that sort of issues because you've got to see it. Religion is used as some people's last hope, last resort, their support network. So they'll do anything to look good in the eyes of the Lord. And if a pastor says what they say, some people are so stuck in their minds and have no free thinking that they'll do it. And yeah, you people might want to call these people stupid, morons, idiots. But what I'm saying is when when you're growing up in a structured way and this is meant to be your support network, you're just going to listen to whatever the pastor says. So Pastor Tobi, or whatever the hell his name is, because I don't really want to, we need to think of another name for him, but him being at the center of a lot of these scams, exploiting kids, exploiting people, is what do you think, that he's a bad man for this? No, but for real, explain to me how this is an actual pastor. Like, come on, let's be honest. You know, when you think and look at somebody and think, scum of the earth? Well, that's what I get when I see this man. He is a scumbag who is literally extorting his church and going to the club and popping bottles. Like, it's just such a weird thing that I'm not even going to explore this whole situation right now. But I'm just showing you, this is the sort of people that Young Spray wants to be affiliated with. Now, let's switch back to what Chronik was saying.
Hypocritical people, innit? So when the ambush situation was happening, Bouncer was screaming, "Why are you saying my name? Why are you putting my name?" And that wasn't even a police thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That when it's a man's thing now, you're acting like you don't know, and but you're addressing every issue apart from the one man screaming while you're putting names to titles. So if you're gonna be the snitch barrister and you're trying to set a reset for snitches, like creating brackets in snitchism, like what's the difference between a snitch, a rat, and an informer? Which one would you be comfortable being? All three of them are in the fire. So if you're trying to push it out there for you, it's like, yeah, one of these brackets you can survive in because you allegedly was in that bracket, and you're saying that you was put in the bracket by mistake. Or
He wants 24 hours.
24 hours can't scare me.
Now, hear me out. I get what Chronik is saying. There is no category for snitches, and Bouncer is trying to do a reset. He's trying to say he's trying to reset this whole social media. Bouncer's basically trying to be shade borrower and trying to find other people to fill other positions. But the point being here is that Bouncer is ordering a reset, and now he's trying to reset snitches. This isn't possible. But what Chronik is actually missing out is that he's just allowed Young Spray to casually sit there and say that he is friends with Pastor Tobi. But then again, I just remembered that Chronik is a DV guy, so he doesn't really care what happens with women at all. Which leads me to believe and question his actual moral high ground or any morals that he has whatsoever, because it seems that he'll do stuff to women which you shouldn't be doing, but then wants to talk about, oh, you shouldn't snitch. And I don't believe you should be touching women or snitching. These are things that should be just general rules. But, you know, guys decide which parts they want to pick out. But abusing women should just not be on the cards. And any guys that decide to do that, that's all I can say. Now, of course, Bouncer has his own motives for talking about Pastor Tobi, because he refuses to talk about Sudan and says that he will put his life on the line. But yet, like I said, refuses to talk about anything that's going in Sudan because he doesn't want to embarrass the UAE. That's the problem there. Because if he embarrasses the UAE, he risks going to prison or coming back to the UK, and that might not end well for him. We just don't know. But considering Bouncer likes to crash out, I would say that his last response to Young Spray was quite tame.
Come on, man. We know, we can see what it is. I can see what it is. You get me? Bro, you see this thing here? I build my own IP infrastructure. Right now, I might be peaking, then I'll reset at that level. Not at the ground, but at this level. Is where it is. At the moment, Spray's IP is, you get me? You got great hosts, but you're missing Pinky Notes. Pinky Notes is missing you. Period. The format that was there now, Cream's not there. Do you know what I mean? So it's like the view ratio or the consumer's not there at the moment. It's not, might not be. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So obviously on the back of that, it's like, let's send this back and forth thing and just pay each other's bills. Basically, that's how I look at it, because the view ratio might have been like, okay, over the month, you might be bringing in, I don't know, be doing 3.5 million views a month. Now it might go down to 2 million. Okay, cool. How do I get back into the algorithms? I can see Clue going back and forth with Moggs and that. Maybe he might be throwing that shades because of Moggs and that. Because obviously I do understand this thing. You get me? I understand. But I don't. That's just me just happen to guess, but I don't know. Obviously, flipping Spray's got my number. I will message Spray. I ain't got no issue with Spray. I'm not giving him. I'm not throwing no shade at him. I'm just looking at it for what it is.
So like I said, Young Spray puts up this front that he's not connected, but he has Bouncer's number, he has Clue's number. If he wanted to call any of these guys or speak to any of them, Clue might pick up the phone. Probably more likely than Bouncer, because I remember last time Bouncer wasn't trying to pick up the phone to Young Spray, so I don't know if that's still the situation, but they have spoken, so clearly not. But at the same time, like Bouncer said, he can clearly work out that Young Spray's ratings aren't doing well, and if you was to look on his page, you would see that it's just not doing great unless he talks about someone. So he decided he was going to get at Bouncer, and then he decided that he was going to be a bit more direct with Clue, because while Young Spray and Bouncer have had their back and forth, Clue done something that Bouncer did not do, and he tried to take away the idea that Young Spray was a genius and thought about this whole RTM thing by himself. When Clue decided he was going to come into the algorithm, the first thing he said was he basically helped Young Spray create RTM without actually directly saying that. And since then, Young Spray has been so annoyed that someone has basically tried to debunk the fact that he's not able to think by himself. He had to send a couple more disses Clue's way.
It's like when he's chatting about man got the fire ran off him.
Yeah.
Just lied to get into the algorithm. And I'm thinking, but hold on, that's Cream's idea, so that's a lie. Anyway, do you get what I'm saying? So but I was trying to phone him, we spoke.
You know how the content thing works.
I'm even thinking direct. Why would you say that? Do you get what I'm saying? Because even to say something like that, why can't you be more direct? You've got my number, so why don't you be more direct? Just phone me.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? You're just there, like you're there talking. Everyone's but you know what I realized? I need to do that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get left behind. Do you get what I'm saying?
I told you for time ago to do this reaction thing before everyone was
Yeah.
reacting.
No, I
Talking
can't.
in the kitchen.
I see what's going on. I'm not gonna do it in the kitchen. The kitchen is a girl's room. But
Yeah, if you choose another room in the yard.
blood, no, but you saw when I was doing allegedly, I was in the Kia.
Outside, yeah.
I was just in the Kia.
Yeah.
Outside.
It's a man
You get what I'm
space.
saying?
It's a man space,
I
yeah.
was just in the Kia. You know, like in the kitchen, like where dishes get done and you do the washing and there's never no girl. Like you need to, if you're in the kitchen, you have to make sure a girl walks past every half hour or something.
No,
like
gal business.
doing some girl shit. You get what I'm saying? Like you asked for this smoke. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, Megs, man. Clueless asked for this smoke. You get me? And the views are low. You get what I'm saying?
So Young Spray not only is trying to insinuate the fact that Clue is clueless, but Clue is also girlless, and he might be, on the other side. But I'm still more concerned about the fact that Young Spray is happy to openly admit Tobi, Pastor Tobi, that is his gangster. Like Tobi is a gangster or something, even though he's surrounded by a whole congregation and uses religion to basically keep himself in England. It's crazy. But guys, like, share, subscribe, and I shall see you on the next one.